25. Kid Brewer Stadium, Appalachian State. If you're chasing one of college football's most beautiful scenes, Kid Brewer Stadium is hard to beat. Nestled high in the hills of Boone, North Carolina, it is surrounded by forested ridgelines and mountain air. It feels like football in the wild. During fall, the changing leaves light up the backdrop, and you swear you're somewhere magical. The stadium has seen recent investment. Its North End Zone complex, opened in 2021, replaced the old track, added club and training space, and expanded athletic, academic, and fan amenities. Its official seating capacity is about 30,000, but it's not perfect. Because it's an open bowl, fans are exposed. Sun, wind, or cold at high elevation can hit hard. The natural beauty comes with trade-offs, weather risks, and the fact that dramatic hillside settings sometimes force seats farther from the field. But still, when you step inside on game day, you feel wrapped in the mountain. The roar of the crowd echoes off the hills. The crisp air and scenery give it a sense of place you just can't replicate. Tailgates here are easygoing and fun, the perfect warm-up before the loud welcome that visiting teams get inside the stadium. It's not an intimidating stadium like Death Valley or the Big House, but it's uniquely beautiful. 24. Darrell K. Royal Texas Memorial Stadium, Texas. Darrell K. Royal Texas Memorial Stadium sits right in the heart of Austin, blending campus energy with big-time football. After the 2021 South End Zone expansion, it now seats over 100,000, making it one of the largest stadiums in the country. The renovation fully enclosed the bowl and added that eye-catching Longhorn silhouette, though fans have joked it's slightly off-center. In 2025, luxury suites were added above Belmont Hall to help fund a new practice facility. 23. Gaylord Family Oklahoma Memorial Stadium, Oklahoma. If you want to see what pride looks like in crimson and cream, come to Oklahoma's Gaylord Family Oklahoma Memorial Stadium, better known as the Palace on the Prairie. This 86,000-seat fortress shakes when fans chant "Boomer Sooner," and the Sooner Schooner, a covered wagon pulled by ponies, takes its victory laps after touchdowns. Outside, the legacy is impossible to miss. Statues of legendary coaches like Bud Wilkinson and Barry Switzer, plus Heisman Park honoring Oklahoma's 7 Heisman winners from Billy Vessels to Kyler Murray. The history just radiates off the place. Inside, it's loud, proud, and polished. Maybe not as chaotic as an SEC night game, but full of energy and class. 22. Los Angeles Memorial Coliseum, USC. Built in 1923 as a tribute to World War I veterans, the Los Angeles Memorial Coliseum is steeped in history. It's one of only 4 college stadiums with National Historic Landmark status, and will soon be the first venue ever to host 3 Olympic Games. USC has called it home for over a century, and when Traveler, the Trojan horse, gallops across the field while the Spirit of Troy band blasts "Fight On," it still sends chills down your spine. After a $315 million renovation in 2019, the Coliseum traded some of its 93,000-seat capacity for luxury suites and better amenities. Its open-ended oval shape and surrounding track give it grandeur, but they also swallow sound, making even big games feel oddly calm. West Coast fans arrive late, the sun sets over palm trees, and the atmosphere feels more cinematic than chaotic. 21st, Vaught Hemingway Stadium, Ole Miss. It's Vaught Hemingway Stadium, home of Ole Miss. And yeah, this one really surprised me when I saw the exterior. It's got this wild, almost castle-like vibe that catches you off guard in the best way. Structurally, it's mostly a lower bowl, with no real towering second deck outside of the end zone renovations they made about 12 or 13 years ago, which, let's be honest, is kind of standard stadium stuff at this point. But don't let the modest build fool you. This place gets loud. It earned a bit of a reputation as Alabama's House of Horrors for a few seasons, which says a lot. It may not be the flashiest in the SEC, but it packs a punch. So yeah, it slides into the list at number 21. 20. Lane Stadium, Virginia Tech. Lane Stadium is the home of Virginia Tech football and one of the most electric venues in college football. Nestled in the the Appalachian foothills in Blacksburg, Virginia, this 65,000-seat fortress comes alive the moment Enter Sandman blasts through the speakers, a tradition since 2000 that sees fans jumping so hard it registers on seismographs. That entrance alone makes Lane unforgettable. Lane has one very unique feature called Skipper. It's the stadium's iconic game cannon, which booms after every Hokies score. The stadium itself, though not the biggest, traps sound well, thanks to its closed bowl design and loud student section. When the Hokies are rolling, the noise is brutal. Lane may not have the size of an SEC Coliseum, but when it's rocking, few places can match its energy. This is why it regularly features in toughest places to play rankings and earns its spot among the elite college football venues. 19. Sanford Stadium, Georgia. If you're looking for a college football experience with a rich history and electric atmosphere, Sanford Stadium in Athens, Georgia is a must-see. With its nearly 93,000 seats, it's one of the largest in the country, and the dog walk sets the tone as players march through a sea of passionate fans. The stadium's iconic privet hedges, dating back to 1929, give it a unique charm. While some fans head out early when the Bulldogs dominate, the energy from the Redcoat Band and national titles is undeniable. For any college football fan, seeing a game here should be on the bucket list. 18. Memorial Stadium, Nebraska. You know a fan base is special when they sell out every single game for decades. That's Memorial Stadium in Lincoln, home of the famous Sea of Red. It used to be one of the most intimidating spots in college football. The roar during the tunnel walk could shake your bones. These days, Nebraska's struggles have taken a bit of the edge off, but the loyalty hasn't faded one bit. The fans here are as passionate as ever, and probably the nicest you'll meet. Opposing fans get offered brats, beers, and a Go Big Red with a smile. It's more pilgrimage than battlefield now, a place every true fan should see once. 17. Memorial Stadium, Clemson, Death Valley. Clemson's Death Valley, with its 81,000 seats, is a noise amplifier thanks to its hilltop design. Players rub Howard's Rock and sprint down the hill to a sea of orange, while Tiger Rag blasts and fans shake their keys. The energy is unmatched, though the top four stadiums surpass it in scale and lore. Over at Memorial Stadium, Nebraska fans are known for their legendary Midwest Niece, with a record 400th straight sellout this season. After Texas ended their 47-game home winning streak, Huskers fans gave Ricky Williams a standing ovation instead of insults, a classy touch that's rare in sports. 16. Ben Hill Griffin Stadium, Florida. At number 16, we've got Ben Hill Griffin Stadium, better known as the Swamp, home of the Florida Gators. This place oozes tradition and intensity. Steve Spurrier famously said, "Only Gators get out alive," and that sums up the vibe here. The design is tight. Fans feel like they're right on top of the field, making it one of the loudest and most intimidating venues, especially at night. EA Sports even ranked it the number 10 toughest place to play. A major renovation is in the works, but for now, the seats feel stacked and close. 15. Doak Campbell Stadium, Florida State. At number 15, we've got Doak Campbell Stadium, home of Florida State. It's going through a $265 million facelift, bringing in big-time upgrades. Think massive video boards, modernized restrooms and concessions, premium club areas, and comfy chairback seats. The east side renovations wrap in 2025, and a huge overhang might be coming to block Florida's brutal sun. The trade-off? They're downsizing, losing over 10,000 seats, dropping from 79,000 plus to around 67,000. Still, Doak offers a strong home field advantage and loud, passionate fans. It may not be the flashiest, but it's solid, energetic, and built for a better fan experience. 14. Michie Stadium, Army West Point. Michie Stadium is scenic. No question about that. Located along the Hudson River and surrounded by West Point's historic architecture, the views alone are enough to leave a mark. The setting blends perfectly with the military pageantry, cadets marching, the drill formations, and a sense of tradition tied deeply to Army's identity. But despite the beauty and atmosphere, the stadium falls short in a few key areas, and that's why it sits at number 24 in our ranking. As of 2025, the East stands are under major renovation, part of a long overdue upgrade project. With walkways, restrooms, and concessions closed in that section, it's definitely impacted the game day experience. Capacity is temporarily capped at around 30,000, down from the usual 36,000, and the smaller crowd size can affect energy levels in certain games. Even before construction, some seats, especially up high or tucked into corners, offered obstructed or distant views. The stadium's age also shows in parts that haven't been modernized yet. Still, when it's full and the cadets are out, Michie delivers a personal and intense environment. Once renovations wrap in 2026, it could rise in future rankings. For now, though, it lands here. 13. Autzen Stadium, Oregon. Autzen Stadium, home of Oregon football, ranks number 13 for a reason. It has a super unique looping lower bowl design that you won't find anywhere else. It jets upward and inward, creating an intense, enclosed feel. Though it holds fewer fans than some giants, it's one of the loudest places in college football. That's thanks to the Autzen bounce, where noise ricochets off the stadium walls and crashes right back onto the field, shaking opponents. Oregon thrives here. The Ducks rarely lose at home. It's a top 15 stadium in college football, and they're working on a renovation to a practice field where it's going to be like a translucent roof practice field located right next to their stadium. This was a stadium that got a renovation about 20 years ago to make it what it is today. 12. Kyle Field, Texas A&M. At Kyle Field, things are done a little differently. Instead of traditional cheerleaders, the Yell Leaders lead the largest student section in the country, 36,000 strong. The weekend kicks off with Midnight Yell on Friday nights, where fans practice their cheers. A nod to Texas A&M's military roots, the Corps of Cadets, and the Fightin' Texas Aggie Band bring a disciplined military-style energy to game day. With a massive 102,733-seat stadium, the atmosphere is unlike any other, creating one of the most unique and rowdy game day experiences in the SEC, full of tradition and intensity. 11. Jordan-Hare Stadium, Auburn. If you show up to Jordan-Hare Stadium on the right Saturday, you're in for something unforgettable. Home to Auburn's War Eagle Flight and Iron Bowl madness, this place turns into a furnace of sound when nearly 90,000 Tiger fans pack into its rectangular bowl. The roars are raw, emotional, and fueled by Southern pride. It's not the fanciest stadium, a bit generic design-wise, but when Auburn is rolling, it becomes a nightmare for visitors. Win or lose, fans head to Toomer's Corner for the famous Oak Tree celebration. It's sweaty, chaotic, and pure SEC football. Rank number 11. 10. Neyland Stadium, Tennessee. Neyland Stadium, home of Tennessee, lands at number 10. It's a massive 101,915-seat stadium that rises from the Tennessee River, drawing fans by boat and by foot. It's got that classic two-deck bowl feel, but they've been renovating it in stages, including adding a hotel attached to the stadium, with the end zones painted in checkerboard and Rocky Top playing non-stop. 9. Bryant-Denny Stadium, Alabama. Bryant-Denny Stadium, home of Alabama and ranked number 9, is a fortress of college football. With multiple renovations over the years, it now seats over 100,000 fans. Despite that number, its design, 2 towering upper decks and massive student sections, makes it feel even larger. The look is more NFL-like than most college stadiums, especially with its clean symmetry. Night games are electric, and like many big SEC stadiums, it features LED light shows that hype the crowd. Roll Tide echoes loud here. It's not the flashiest setup, but it's solid, loud, intimidating, and built for winning. 8. Camp Randall Stadium, Wisconsin. Camp Randall deserves the number 8 spot for a good reason. Built in 1917, it blends raw tradition with rowdy fun. The place literally shakes when Jump Around hits between the third and fourth quarters. 80,000 plus Badger fans leaping in unison. That vibe, gritty, loyal, loud. Its Civil War roots add unique historical depth, while modern renovations like premium suites and improved concourses ensure it's not stuck in the past. The 2022 South End Zone upgrade elevated the fan experience even more. 7. Ohio Stadium, Ohio State. 7th in my list is Ohio Stadium. Such an iconic, unmistakable design. The famous horseshoe, that perfect C-shaped bowl, gives it the nickname the Horseshoe, or simply the Shoe. From an aerial view, it's stunning. You can instantly recognize it. Sitting right around 102 to 103,000 strong, it remains one of the largest and most legendary venues in college football. Sure, like Michigan Stadium, it sometimes gets criticized for not being quite as loud as it looks, but when you see that massive shape, the way the student section fits into the curve, it's impossible not to admire it. In 2025, they even upgraded the sound. The marching band moved to the north end zone to project better across the bowl, and new microphones and field speakers were added to crank up the atmosphere. It's everything you want in a classic. Huge, beautiful, historic, and still evolving. 6. Husky Stadium, Washington. Tailgating on boats? Only in Seattle. Husky Stadium, perched on the edge of Lake Washington, might just have the most unique pregame ritual in college football. Fans pulling up in everything from speedboats to yachts, hopping off in purple gear, and marching into a stadium that knows how to get loud. Though not the biggest, around 70,000 seats, its signature overhangs, like those at Autzen, do serious acoustic work, bouncing sound back onto the field while shielding fans from the Pacific Northwest rain. Renovated in 2012, it feels modern, close, and electric. Whether you're in the upper deck or arriving by water, Husky Stadium delivers one of the best scenes in college football. That's why it comes in 6th place. 5. Beaver Stadium, Penn State. Beaver Stadium stands as the nation's second largest football venue, with a seating capacity of 106,572. Beaver Stadium, home of Penn State, claims the number 5 spot on this list for a reason. It's absolutely electric. The place is massive, loud, and iconic, easily packing over 100,000 fans on game day. The whiteout? Goosebumps. But here's the twist. Despite its legendary status, it's currently undergoing major renovations, including plans to possibly upgrade its outer shell. Finally, and yeah, the seating layout is weird. Massive single walls, disjointed decks, a bit chaotic, but that uniqueness adds to its charm. When this place gets rocking, it's chaos in the best way. 4. Notre Dame Stadium, Notre Dame. Notre Dame Stadium got that old school Michigan Stadium vibe with its massive lower bowl, but Notre Dame's version is tighter, more intimate. After the Crossroads renovation and the new $400 million project announced in 2025, the place feels more polished. Better restrooms, sleeker concourses, and upgraded locker rooms. But the seating capacity is about 77,622, lower than some mega stadiums. There's a nice mix of tradition and modern comfort, especially with luxury seating replacing some standard spots. 3. Michigan Stadium, the Big House. Michigan. When it comes to massive size, Michigan's Big House takes the top spot with a jaw-dropping 107,601 capacity, making it the largest football stadium in the country and 3rd largest stadium in the world. The stadium's reputation for massive crowds was cemented in 2013 when it hosted 115,109 fans for a game against Notre Dame, setting a record for the largest crowd at a college football game on campus. A $227 million renovation in 2010 added luxury club and private suites, elevating both comfort and the noise level. Game days are nothing short of epic, with the Wolverines charging onto the field through a Go Blue banner, getting the crowd fired up for action. The Big House, as coined by Keith Jackson, remains a must-see venue for any college football fan. 2. Rose Bowl, UCLA. When that sunset hits over the San Gabriel Mountains, it's gorgeous. Good luck finding a more picturesque backdrop for any football stadium on the planet. The scenery, the open sky, the old-school California vibe, it's unbeatable. You get that postcard-perfect moment every year when the light fades behind the hills, and you remember why this place is America's national historic landmark. But when UCLA plays here, the story changes. You're looking at tarps, half-filled stands, and a lower bowl that feels closer to Yale Bowl than a modern powerhouse. Many seats sit far from the field, so the atmosphere loses that intimate punch you get in more compact venues. The stadium is also showing its age. Built back in 1922, much of it feels worn, and while that legacy is part of its charm, it's also a constraint. Renovating means walking a fine line between preserving history and keeping up with modern comfort. And then there's the climate. Pasadena's weather is one of its biggest advantages. Mild winters, clear skies, and almost no rain make it perfect for outdoor football. But that same openness is a curse when the midday sun hits. There's almost no roof, and the heat can be brutal, especially during summer events. So yeah, I put on number 2 on my list. 1. Tiger Stadium, Death Valley, LSU. And coming in hot at number 1, the home of the LSU, Tiger Stadium, better known as Death Valley, it's it's easily one of the most beautiful venues in the sport. At night, the stadium comes alive when the lights hit that sea of purple and gold. The whole place glows. It's beautiful, but in an intimidating goosebumps kind of way. It's got a compact upper deck, and at the very top, standing room terraces where the sound just rolls down like thunder. Tiger Stadium is routinely ranked as one of the scariest, most hostile places for opponents. A study once measured Tiger Stadium's noise at 130 decibels, about as loud as a jet engine at takeoff. And honestly, that explains why opposing teams don't just lose their playbook in Baton Rouge, they probably lose their hearing too. The nearly closed bowl design traps that sound, amplifying every roar, every chant, until the whole place vibrates, especially when LSU win a score. With a capacity of 102,321, it's one of the biggest in the NCAA and a massive sea of purple and gold on game day. Tiger Stadium has been listed as one of America's most treasured stadiums by the Historic Stadium Caucus. I can't forget the food. The tailgate scene at LSU is straight mouth-watering. We're talking gumbo simmering in black pots, jambalaya bubbling away, shrimp oils, smoked sausages, and all kinds of Creole and Cajun goodness. So that's our take on ranking the top 25 college football stadiums. Do you agree? Disagree? Think your stadium deserved a higher spot? Or there's a stadium you think we left out? Let us know in the comments.